Hey YouTube, how you guys doing? My name is Kyle, you know me as Dragonmar, and welcome to a new video. So today guys, we have a Gold 1 KAYO VOD review, and in this VOD, we're going to be talking a lot about playstyle and how to develop your own playstyle, or how to find your own playstyle, which is one of the most important concepts I can even talk about in Valorant, because our playstyle determines so much about how we go about the game. Now, as always, these VODs will be reviewed on the 5-star basis, 1 being the worst, 5 being the best, going over each round, why those stars are given. And with that being said, if you guys enjoy these and you're trying to get better at Valorant, make sure you hit that subscribe button and leave a like, and of course comment what type of VOD you want to see next. Let's get into the VOD review with this first pistol round. Now, Will Fair did say to me in his comments that he's in a 5-stack, so he's in a 5-stack, and we won't hear any of his comms, so hopefully they're making good comms in Discord. But that means we're gonna have some pretty nice, clean audio here of the game. But let's take a look at this play. Look at the crosshair placement. So right there, just right off the bat, already seeing negative, right? That crosshair placement's way too low. Now remember, it's a frenzy, but it doesn't matter, right? You still got to go for some headshots there. So starting things off pretty poorly there. I'm gonna go with 1 star in that round. I like to push mid, but we gotta have better crosshair placement. You got to give yourself a chance to win that fight. And guys, as we get into round 2, let's talk about playstyle. So when someone comes to me, and this happens a lot, right? A lot of people ask, like, what agent should I play? That's one of the most common questions I get, probably, is what agent should I play? And they give me some things they like to do. But in reality, the answer to that question is you need to play agents that fit your playstyle. And then we get to the question of the video, right? Which is, what is my playstyle? How do I develop my own playstyle, right? And I think part of it is finding what you're good at, but also what you enjoy, right? You want to be doing something that's fun for you to play, right? At the end of the day, Valorant's a game. It's not our jobs, but you also want to do something you're good at. So if you're not good at entering, I don't think it makes sense for you to play a duelist, right? And if you are good at entering, you probably shouldn't be playing a sentinel, right? It's those type of small things. But with that being said, on this round here, able to find a kill with the shorty. Obviously, if you're the problem here is you're going long with a shorty, guys. If you ever have a shorty, just go through garage in that situation. We're going to go 3 stars here because you get a kill though. All right, so moving into round 3 now, and obviously KAYO is one of those agents that I think a lot of people either love or they hate. And what's really interesting about KAYO is he's got a really nice set of abilities, right? He's got flash, he's got strong utility, and he's got a type of grenade slash molly. But at the same time, his ultimate is where I do start to question, you know, just how effective he is. For me personally, I think it's an okay ultimate. I think that I rarely see KAYOs get rezzed. So kind of interesting, but I think that if you use his ultimate to entry, it can actually be very, very good. Now, in this round, let's go back again. Let's just watch these kills. So right here, gonna flash peek. Really, really nice timing on that. That's just about as good as you can get. But look at this spray. One more time. See that? Ooh, sensitivity honestly looked a little bit high there because that was pretty wild. Problem here is, you see that Viper come out. You saw the Viper, so that's a misplay on your part. You're overextending yourself. Your positioning was very poor there, and you get yourself killed. So you start off strong with a kill, but then right there, you give that kill to the Viper. As soon as you see her exit that smoke, you need to relocate behind the box and play safe. Do not get shot with utility out. 2 stars on that round. And moving into round 4, let's talk playstyle again. So I think an easy way to explain playstyle is to talk about my playstyle, right? So I really like playing support. And the reason I like playing a support in a game like Valorant is because I believe that I can make smart plays and help other people make smart plays and set people up for success, right? I have never once claimed to have the best aim in the game. Is my aim good? Yes. Is it the best? Absolutely not. And because of that, I think if I can stay alive and I can provide value to my team by being alive, that's one of the keys. And so for me, it makes sense to play a support role. The best supports, in my opinion, are smokes. You need smokes every round. You always find value with them. You stay alive nice and long. It's so easy for me. And that's why I picked a support. That's why I picked smoke, because that was the play style that I felt the most comfortable with, because I think I'm a smart player, right? I think I'm a smart player. You don't hit radiant solo queue if you're not a smart player for the most part. And I use that to the greatest effect I could. Now, for the majority of players, I think it's also very smart to start off on more of a support role, and then as you learn the game, you can figure out if you want to play a duelist role. In my opinion, the duelist role, the entry role, is a role that requires a little more brains than you may think. And early on, you end up getting slapped by people who understand setups and understand the map. So in this round, get a kill, die. We'll go 3 stars there. A lot of talking. Let's keep going. Anyways, guys, I hope that made sense what I just said. But essentially what I'm saying is you should be very careful when you're trying to develop a playstyle, your own playstyle, to just insta-lock duelists every game, because a lot of times you lack a lot of valuable information about how to play these games, and you end up just thinking you're a duelist main when in reality you never really gave anything else a chance. So I like when people start with sentinels or more of a support role like a smoke possibly as well, as long as you know the smokes. I think that's a really good way to start. But let's take a look here on round 5. Already great positioning. Look at this positioning that his team has been able to capture so far. They have full control of A, full control of mid, and right now the enemy team either is in their spawn or somewhere around C long. So this is actually perfect. Now, a lot of utility here as well, so we'll have to see what the plan is. I do like the patience though. I think that is definitely smart. If you're ever in these situations, guys, one of the worst things you can do is just swing out and peek for free. Okay, and while that wasn't peeking for free, generally you want to peek off the contact of your brimstone early on and then have your other teammate who is with you there follow you up, maybe even flash that as well. Instead you just peek dry. So I think that was a failure on the team, right? One player should have said, all right, I'm making contact, or you know, whatever, and then you swing off of that with utility. So I'm gonna give you 2 stars there. I think that was a team fail though, more than anything else. Okay, as we get into round number 6, the final thing I want to say about playstyle for the most part is you need to find a playstyle that you can do forever. You know what I mean? Like, I think that you don't want to force yourself into a role. And I think one of the worst things you can do is force yourself to play like a meta agent, or have your 5-stack play a meta comp that people aren't comfortable in those agents, in those roles. Find the agents you enjoy and then find your playstyle within that agent. Honestly, one of the best tips I can give to new players is find the agent that you enjoy, that works well for you, and then kind of develop your playstyle based off of that, right? Find what works for you if you don't have that pre-existing FPS experience, right? Because I've played a support in multiple games now, right? So with that being said here, able to pick up our 3rd kill of the round, 2v1. You guys know what I'm gonna say. Play with your teammate, right? Looks like the Raze has info, as you see from that ping on the map. I like this rotate here. I'd like to see the Raze wait a little bit, but looks like she wanted to get some distance to maybe hopefully stop this plant. So, oh my gosh, that was very dangerous, but it worked out really well. Nice job there on that round to pick up those 4 kills. I didn't really mind that peek there. I think that player should have definitely killed you, so that's a miss on their part, but hey, we give you 5 stars for that round. That was really nice. All right, starting off round 7. Ooh, great info there. So seeing 3 agents, Sage, Viper, and Sky. There's the flash. Not a good flash. You are full blind, right? So remember, guys, when you're throwing these pop flashes, they need to either be out of your vision so you're not getting blind, or behind you. You can't just throw it diagonal. Oh, great peek there. So contrary to what we saw very early on, that was great crosshair placement. As you guys saw, when he turned this corner, instant headshot. Okay, right there, Sage on the stairs. That's a tough angle to fight. Oh, but turns this corner and shoots at her legs. Listen, not the greatest, but it's going to get the job done. Again, a little shaky on the aim, but you are getting these kills. It's hard for me to fault you on that. Someone actually just called you out for hacking. Only if they were watching this with me. Hey, listen, you got really nice kills in that round. The first kill was nearly perfect. The follow-ups to that were not the greatest, and players with better aim will kill you there. So I'm gonna have to give you 4 stars in that round. I want to see you to continue going for those headshots. You guys know this, I say it all the time, but it is so important, regardless of what rank you are, to always go for headshots, to always perfect your crosshair placement, because as you get better, as you grow, the more you play and the higher you go in rank, the more important it's going to be. When you are in Immortal Plus, you do not see people going for those body shots. They're going to go for the headshots, and yes, they maybe will pull down into a spray onto the body, but they're always going for headshots first. So right here, your Brim is peeking. You need to support him. Okay, you have flashes. We need some teamwork here. Listen, you are playing KAYO, which is somehow not a duelist, right? I think KAYO is an initiator, but regardless, like, you need to be there with your teammate and supporting him. You're able to walk up here and kill 2 on your own, but why is Brim peeking without you there, right? And that again, this is another 5-stack that I feel like is not communicating effectively. You need to be there to trade. You need to be on his shoulder. You do get some good kills. I am going to give you 4 stars in the round, but please, 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 please play with your team. Round number 9, going for the same knife, and I'm not going to find any info there. So, you know, I say not going to find info, but let's talk about that for a second. when you guys use like a Silver Recon or KAYO utility, right, and you don't get any information on people being there, it actually is good because you get info that they are elsewhere, right? So it means that somewhere is clear. That means you can deduce that they are somewhere else on the map. Sometimes that is very, very important, and I always recommend you relay this information to your teammates when you get it. If you dart and you don't see anything, or whatever agent you're on, you don't see anything, you don't get info, or you notice nobody's there, it's good to calm that to your team. I think that is one of the best things that you can calm. It's so easy, but a lot of people don't do it because a lot of people think, oh, I didn't see anybody, why would I make the comm? But the whole reason you do that is so people know there's most likely a stack going on elsewhere on the map so they can be prepared. It's one of the very, very core things you need to do to be a good teammate. Now in this round, gonna flank, a little lucky probably to win that fight, but hey, you get the job done in the end. You're gonna use your ult to hopefully kind of seal that round off, end up not getting the kill, but can't blame you too much for that. Again, I think I'm gonna go 4 stars in that round. I don't really think there's too much else there you could have done aside from get a more clean kill on the player in window. Well guys, so far in the VOD review, things have been pretty good. There's just been a few rounds I think where crosshair placement has been a little bit of a worry. Even that round you got those 3 kills and you started off with such good crosshair placement and then it immediately went down the drain. And then aside from that, I've just kind of seen a few rounds where you are not really with the teammate, especially that last round. And then there was a round, not the last round, excuse me, I think it was 2 rounds ago, where the Brim was swinging by their spawn and you weren't there with him. That was something I really want to see you correct. Make sure you're playing with your team a little bit better. Now in this round you do get some info that players are top A, but with all of this fighting with Viper spotted, I think you're a little late here on this rotate. I think you just want to go a bit quicker next time, because if your team had died, you being so far out of position would have really lowered your chances of winning this round. Now thankfully your team wins, and actually they're going to win without you here, so 3 stars there because you didn't really get to do anything. But I will say I kind of do want to deduct some points there because I feel like your rotate was a little slow. I would just be a little bit quicker on that, right? Still be careful, still check your corners, of course. I'm never telling you guys to be careless, but it is important that you are there to support your team, because if you delay too long, a lot of times what happens is your team just gets wiped out. Round number 11, and we've done this same knife throw I think every single round, it feels like. Now information early about C long, that's a Sky Dog Brimstone ult as well. Having trouble figuring out where that is. I'm assuming that's like garage or C. Looks like your team is going to be trading kills out here though. All right, so you clear a little bit slow there, but you're being patient, you're kind of being careful. I can't blame you too much for that. Personally, as soon as I saw those dogs, I would have just rotated back through A and through our spawn to get there quicker. I think that whenever you see that much pressure early on, it is a safe bet, especially when your knife finds nobody. You can just turn around and start running immediately to get there as quick as possible. Right here is actually really risky to just run up with your flash out. Oh, you heard that. Okay. So really important, guys, that you use all of your senses when playing Valorant. Now in this situation, I'm going to go back a little bit. I do not like that you're pulling out the flash right here. I think you're better off just having gun out or throwing that flash earlier in the round. But look at this. Ready? Go back a little bit. Dog spots Brimstone and you're still not sure where he is. So why is your teammate dogging without you being ready to play off of the dog, right? It doesn't seem like the communication is there again, right? Something's happening. If my teammate is dogging into sight, I am ready and following the path of that dog to make sure I know if the dog sees something, I'm ready to take the fight. He was on your mini map, spotted by your teammate, and you were still looking in the wrong direction. If he would have swung you, which he should have shot the dog and swung long there, because that is the only place that the other player would probably be in that situation. You would have been dead for sure because you're looking in the wrong spot. So I am going to give you 2 stars in that round. I think there's a communication problem going on with you and your team, which is weird because you're in a 5-stack in Discord. Final round of the first half. Overall, things are going very well. Oh my gosh, that's all 5 players spotted. I'm calling for a rotate. I just want to see you get back. Remember last time, what was his mistake, guys? Getting caught in the open. No way, that happens twice in a row. Will Fair, we have to learn from our mistakes, please. All right, so in that situation, very simple mistake again. Just like in one of the first rounds of the game, you got caught with a grenade, with a flash in your hand, because you were overexposed to an angle. You don't need to be exposed there to throw that flash. First of all, second of all, you can just do a jump throw if you want. Third of all, you knew you were getting pushed. Why were you not relocating to safety, right? There's so many things there. Those are such high risk, low reward plays. These are the type of plays that will keep players stuck in silver and gold for forever until they finally finally learned that it's just not worth it, right? And this is a big problem. They seem so minor, right? Some of you guys will be watching this right now. You'll be thinking to yourself, oh, that's not a big deal. Like, you know, so what? Trust me. Trust me, trust me, trust me. These little things add up. And all it takes is one round and your team can lose a game. So please be more careful. I have to give you 2 stars on the round. Well, guys, jumping into the second half of this VOD, a very good first half in terms of the scoreboard. 15-6, not too shabby for KAYO. Now, we saw some good aim in some rounds, but in other rounds, the opposite. And I'm a little bit confused now. Obviously, that inconsistency is part of gold, but at the end of the day, I think overall a really nice first half. There are just there's a handful, I'll say, of mistakes and small errors I think you're making. See right here, what it looks like to me is you're somebody who picks up a frenzy because you can spray it. You're happy getting 1 kill and like that's it. Like that play you just made to me, we'll go back and we'll watch this because I want people to understand. Look at this play, guys, right? I'm gonna run out of smoke. I am gonna spray every bullet I have into this person's chest and I'm just gonna get killed for it, right? It's a 1-for-1 trade. Why not try to play for more there? Why not try to play the life better and have more impact in this round, right? So I'm gonna give you 2 stars in that round just because I don't like that is how you're trying to play with the frenzy. I think you still need to be trying to go for some headshots. And as I was saying, trading your life 1-for-1, your team does lose the round. Imagine if you would have lived there or even just played in sight off of your teammates instead of getting so aggressive and essentially just throwing that life away. Now, if you're going to get that aggro, play with a teammate to then trade out that other player, right? That's the alternative to playing like that. But I think it's just, again, it's so important to go for headshots. Like I said, pistol round at high elo, you are getting 1-tapped by Ghost. You don't have time to full spray, you know, however many bullets are in a frenzy mag. In this round, the Jet just going to swing on the corner. Looks like your team was splitting sight. I don't mind the play. I'll go 3 stars there. Not too much you're going to do with pistol. Well, guys, let's get back to the title of the video, talking about playstyle here. So what playstyle have I seen from Willfair so far? Well, first and foremost, it's definitely a more aggressive playstyle, I will say. You're getting info early with KAYO, right? Every single round, which is good. It's what you're doing. You're also going for a lot of peaks, and you're taking a lot of 1v1 fights off of flashes and often just dry. That, to me, would go more in line with a duelist. Now, KAYO, essentially a duelist, right? So I actually think this works quite well. To me, you feel like more of an aggressive player, someone who wants to trust their aim and kind of let their aim do the talking, if you know what I'm saying. But I do think you're certainly lacking some game sense and some teamwork. I think there's no doubt there. That right there, this can't happen. Okay, you can't break the wall with no gun out. You 100% could have died there. All right, that flash actually, so because of the enemy team's positioning, that flash really, really did well. You blind 2 players with it. You do end up getting 2 kills there. Again, not great aim. I'm gonna watch this again, right? Flash, gonna blind 2. That Viper, not even looking at you. That's a free kill. And then Sage comes around the corner. You're actually slowed, which probably does get you killed there. But nonetheless, break the wall with a molly out or knife out, right? You're getting killed at high elo for that most of the time. You get a little bit lucky with their positioning. I actually think that the enemy team played this way poorer than you guys did. I'm gonna go 3 stars there. I'm gonna go 3 stars. The reason I'm gonna go 3 stars is broke the wall with knife out, and on top of that, that flash on sight is just like, if someone is there on that box and they swing you as you're pulling that nade out, I just don't know. I don't love the play. It worked out, but I don't love the play. All right, moving into round number 16, I believe here. We're going to be getting some info on Garage, finding the Viper there. Looks like Brim's going to be playing up. So again, look at how aggressive Willfair plays. Like when you talk about play style, you know, there are essentially 3 types, right? There is an aggressive playstyle, there's a very defensive, passive playstyle, and then there is a playstyle that is a mix of both, right? I would say most players, I would say, fall in between, right? There are rounds that we all want to be aggressive on and rounds we want to be more passive. Now, some players really just don't play like that. They're super aggressive every round. This particularly works for Jets and for Reynas, and then there are players who are super passive every round. This will work more for the Sentinels like Cypher, maybe even Viper, honestly, can play like that. But what we've seen so far from Willfair, definitely a more aggressive playstyle. Now in this round, gonna end up getting killed there by the Viper. Just no follow-up on that either. So we're just gonna go 2 stars on that round. One thing that's super important that I try to talk about in every VOD review is trading kills, right? And in this round, in this game, in this VOD so far, I think we definitely could have seen some more trades. All right, this knife ended up suppressing that Sage. Now you do go down here, and again, no trade. There's no trade off of that down. All right, teammates are starting to get in, which is good. This does leave a good chance for you to get picked up. And there it is. Sky is going to be able to pick you up. Oh, no cover though. No cover for you there because your other teammates had died during that time. That's really unfortunate. But hey, I don't mind this round. Looks like you guys were going for some kind of light buy here to maybe just kind of squeak your way into a win. I don't hate that play at all. I'm actually gonna go 3 stars in that round. Yeah, I don't think there was anything necessarily bad there. You guys were trying to, you know, make a good play, ended up not working. All right, as we start the next round, we're gonna be spamming down garage doors. I do think this is a good idea, especially if players are playing that position often. It is not uncommon for someone just to be sitting behind that left side door a lot of the times and they just get blasted. So I do like that. It keeps them honest as well. You know, if you're having trouble with people playing that close left corner there on garage, spamming that door can sometimes push them off the start and they won't play there anymore. Because I don't know about you guys, I don't like getting spammed through doors. So as we continue on into the round here, we are up a player. I'd like to see some brimstone smokes go down. I'm assuming they're already down. I can't be sure they're down though, but I'm assuming. I'm hoping. Ooh, no flash here is actually really unfortunate. That was a perfect opportunity for a flash. Let me watch back this kill again. All right, let me watch this fight one more time. So, swing corner, crosshair low, crouch into the kill. Yeah. Again, low crosshair placement on these turns. If you're able to get that kill faster, there's a good chance you can swing onto the Sage. I think for the most part, you're able to find the body shots, but it's the headshots that are really missing here. And a headshot there potentially allows you to stay alive longer and find another kill. So again, the cross place is letting me down here for sure. I'm gonna have to go 2 stars on that round. A huge round from your bottom fragging chamber there. Ladies and gentlemen, this is why you never give up. I think he had like 3 kills going into that round. Gets the 1v3 to win that round. So let's see what can our friend Willfair do here on KAYO. Again, going to move over towards C long. Chamber is supporting from behind here. And let's see what the plan is. So crosshair placement again, a little bit low, right? And I hate talking about this so much because I think it gets so repetitive, but it's important for me to remind people that like it's little, but it matters. And you guys have to be paying attention to this. Okay, dog clears. You guys, someone should go in off of that. A little late there, honestly, on the raise and on you as well. I think that whenever you guys are dogging through somewhere, just go a little bit quicker. You know, once it sees window and garage is clear, just go a little bit quicker. Player probably, yep, right, exactly, right. You knew a player was going to be there. Oh, please don't do that ever again. Oh my God. Okay, good. That's a good save though on that, you know, running through. Yes, player up there as well. You're just going to go for the wild swing. I don't hate the play overall. What I do hate is, again, you're pulling out utility at the wrong time. You are about to clear a site with your teammates. It is not clear enough for you to do that. You have to have a weapon out, especially if someone is going to come CT as well, and maybe you just out timing them. They might be coming behind you with a gun out as well. Have your gun out there. That is not the correct play. You did some bad on that round for sure, but you also got 2 kills. I can't discredit that. We do have to go 3 stars there. Again, cannot be making these little mistakes, okay? They are really going to matter. Trust me. Round 20. Ooh, okay. Looks like Sage. So Sage is gonna wall that off, which is kind of a weird use of the wall. The reason I say it's a weird use is because of how narrow garage is. It's so easy to defend with proper, you know, a proper play style. The enemy team has to devote a ton of abilities to clear garage properly if you guys are playing it tough. Right there, that Sage wall, you know, I mean, yeah, it's kind of annoying to deal with, but you could have sat there and broke it and it would have like completely gone to waste. So always an option as well. But nonetheless, you guys will say, hey, you know what? Fine, we'll go A. Now, Brim, I believe your Brim is dead, so you guys can't smoke this. It's clear. Okay. I'm just trying to, again, I'm trying to figure out what are you clearing? Right? Look at this. Clear. That's not even a full clear. Oh man, this is not a good peek either. Look at this. You're gonna walk this corner Like if a guy's in that corner there, close left around sewer, that guy's dead. Then you look back towards where Raze should have already cleared. Again, not a good idea. We've really got to figure out these clears. If you're going to be an aggressive player, you have to know how to clear sight. But they're good info. We know Viper's up top. That's useful. We hear the players in the CT. You have flashes, which is really good. That's probably going to be a good flash. Oh, I don't like that at all. What is this play? Oh no, you get 2 kills off of it, but what was that? Rewind. Okay, right here, huge overcommit. Huge overcommit. You thought you were gonna swing a guy who was peeking from CT, but it turns out the brim is up close. You just follow him and run with him. Yes, you're able to get the Sage. That is just pure luck, though. You should not have been able to get that kill. Oh man, right there, you need to be just being more confident in yourself and even more aware of the situation you're in. Right, make sure you're calming to your teammates. Be like, hey, I'm gonna flash peek this. Someone peek with me. That will probably help you as well. But you can't just swing that and start running. So again, I have to go 3 stars there. You did good, but that easily could have been a 4 or 5 star round, and you bring it down because of these weird misplays, these misreads, and sort of this poor positioning on multiple rounds now. Round 21, we are up 11-9. Things are looking pretty good, but still, man, just so many small mistakes. And this is, again, I talk about this a lot. This is what sets people back, right? When you're making 5 to 10 small mistakes, yeah, they're not massive. You're not throwing any one round in particular, but they do add up. And the small things over time can sometimes lead to a round loss without you really realizing it. You know, a lot of people don't realize this, but a missed opportunity early on in a round, you might forget about it by the end of that round because something else crazy happens. But truth is, you know, that one kill or that early death could have been the difference in the round, and you may not realize it because you're dead. You never will know, right? And that's part of the problem, is that a lot of times you're losing so much value from just small misplays. You don't realize it because the impact is harder to tell. Regardless, in this round, you guys have this site locked down pretty good here. Gonna molly above you. I don't think the sky's there. It looks like the sky was down low. And it looks like Sky will probably save as well, and she will, putting us on to match point. Match point, ladies and gentlemen, spraying down garage doors here. Man, it has been fun to watch KAYO, honestly. I have not personally played KAYO in ranked because that's just the timing when I took that break, and it's been a lot of fun. I honestly, I see why pros are using KAYO in some of their games. I mean, just so much value, so much utility from this agent. It's unbelievable. Let's see what the play is here, though. Oh, and a new agent, by the way, coming out. I believe her name is Fade, I think, or something like that. That's cool. But regardless, 12-9 here. Pay attention to the game, Kyle. Oh, player close. Don't love the play, but, you know, at least you have a Phantom in a smoke, right? So they can't see those tracers. Oh, crosshair placement. What are you aiming at? Oh, God. Gee whiz. Yeah, let's watch that one more time. Okay, so you do not need to push this. This is a 4v4 match point. End the game. Just end the game. And what you do here is you swing out, so you run on contact, and you're never able just to get a shot on the head at all. Not even close. I need you, please, to promise me that you are going to try to go for more headshots. You're going to hold that crosshair nice and high. You're not just going to crouch spray. Crouch spraying is one of the most common mistakes I see people make with aim, and it's something I put huge emphasis on when I was doing coaching and helping people break that habit. But regardless, the game is going to end on this. I got to go 2 stars in that round. I just hate those type of peaks. And let's go into the VOD review summary. Got a lot to talk about here. All right, guys, let's go into the VOD review summary here for Willfair. So first and foremost, definitely a good game, but so many opportunities to play that better. And your scoreline was good. You probably match MVP'd, but there's a lot of room for improvement here. Let's talk about it. First and foremost, I'm just going to briefly say trading kills. I don't really see too many trades during this game. You're in a 5-man. Your comm should be good enough to be able to trade properly. There's those few rounds I pointed out where you needed to be covering your teammates, need to be talking with your teammates more for those effective trades on peaks. Please, please, please get into that habit. It's going to help you so much. That kind of falls into the next thing, which is positioning. I think your positioning as a team member was okay, but can be a lot better. And a lot of that is going to come with better communication, making sure you're in the right spot to support your teammates. But let's talk about a very simple blunder you're making, getting caught with utility out. One thing you need to fix for sure is making sure that when you have a flash out, a molly out, whatever it is, a knife, that you are behind cover. When you're getting pushed in a site, you need to make sure you're playing your life. Your life becomes so much more valuable in those situations, especially when you have flashes that can still be thrown at the enemy team. Obviously, we have to talk about crosshair placement. One of the biggest problems I saw throughout the VOD is body shot, body shot, body shot, crouch peek, body shot, spray, headshot on last bullet of spray, right? We have to fix that. Pistol rounds, please try to go for headshots, but your crosshair placement is something I want you to work on. My recommendation is always going to be to go into deathmatch, learn all of the angles in this game for how to hold and where your crosshair needs to be for headshots, and then put that practice into work in ranked play. I'd like to also see faster rotates from you. There was a few rounds there on defense. I think you could have rotated a little bit faster. Do not be afraid when your teammate sees pressure and you see that confirmation with abilities that you go support them fast. I think it's going to go a long way. And then the last thing is communication. I have a feeling this was not the best communication oriented game. I definitely think there's some miscomms there and lack of comms probably, because on certain plays there was a lot of solo playstyle for a 5-stack. So please make sure you guys are all communicating if you're playing together. I don't know why you would play together otherwise. With that being said, good gameplay overall. Thank you so much for submitting the VOD, and I hope you learned something. If you did, make sure to subscribe, leave a like, comment what you want to see next. I'll see you next time. Take it easy and peace.